Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Dumbing It Down with Dave. My name is Dave Canyon, and I want to welcome you to the Dumbcast. Yay. Isn't that great? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, all my fake people on my fake effects here. Yeah, my whole life is fake. Everything's fake. No, that's not really true. Here I am, once again, on the road. Dave Canyon here, doing the fastest podcast on Earth. Traveling right now on the New York State Thruway, northbound. Just passing, I just got on at exit 23, and just almost now past exit 24. On my way to Syracuse, New York. Glorious, beautiful Western New York, Syracuse. I think actually I'm going to be in Liverpool. Oh, wait a minute. Let me look at my Google Maps here. Oh, Baldwinsville. I'm going to be in Baldwinsville, New York. Why, Dave? Why would you travel to Baldwinsville? Well, I have a good reason today. And I don't really, honestly, I don't know how specific I'm allowed to be. I'm filming a commercial. And I'm not going to go on Facebook and talk about it because I don't do that. I don't brag. And really, honestly, the only reason why I'm mentioning it here on the Dumbcast is because nobody's listening to it. So, I mean, if I had a lot of listeners, I don't know, unless my agent, well, I don't really have an agent, but the person who booked me, I call him my agent. He's the closest thing I have to an agent. So some people I just say agent because it sounds good. But to people in the industry, I think they know he's not my agent. He's just the guy who books people. But he's the closest thing I have to an agent. By the way, did I say hello, dum-dums? Hello, dum-dums. Welcome. Hey, let me give you a little... I'm clapping for you. This is me clapping for you. All right, enough of that. I'm going to so quickly overuse that effect. Hello, dum-dums. Welcome to the Dumbcast. I'm glad you found it. Which is going to be episode 21. Wow. I just did 20 Sunday morning on the way home from work, and I uploaded it. I uploaded it last night. I should have uploaded it or downloaded it or whatever it is, Sunday or Monday, but I did need to listen to it once or twice, and which I really don't make a habit of, but I wanted to listen to it and hear it, and I'm having some issues with this new phone, my UNetGo 5.0 Air. Oh, it's not the air part that gives me a problem. I don't know where the air is affecting this phone, positive or negatively. I don't know anything about the air. I just keep on mentioning it because I think it's funny. Air 5.0 Air. I could really, you would hate it if you're tuned in, or if you're not already tuned out, you'll be tuned out real quickly. But I could just sit here and just say air all day long. I should, after this podcast, turn the phone back on and just start recording me, just how long I can go. Dave, it sounds like you're doing it right now. Yeah, I know. It almost sounds like I'm trying to bait myself into doing it. But how long can I keep a running rant on air? Well, you know what? I know that I could probably do something. I don't know how long I can go. And if I don't do it really for the purposes of purpose, what did I just say? Did I just say porpoise? No, I did say purpose, right? You ever do that? You ever think you said something? You go, wait a minute, what did I just say? No, Dave, you're the only one that talks to himself. Okay. Well, I didn't say porpoise. I meant to say purpose. Yeah, if I don't really hit the record button for the purposes of actually doing a podcast to broadcast, to dumbcast it, I don't know if I really will do, I don't know if I really will be what I really am now. You mean amateurish, broken up, unprofessional, unfunny? Yeah, I don't know. I might not be any of those things. Well, maybe you have nothing to lose. Yeah, I guess not. I just feel like if I know there's nothing to lose, then I might not do a good job. I even though I don't have to publish this, I feel like I do have something to lose. Right now, this podcast you're listening to, as I'm broadcasting it, as I'm doing it now, I feel as if I'm doing it because I'm going to upload this. I'm not doing it to listen to myself and then delete it. So I do feel like I have something to lose if I don't do a decent show. But I'm not even trying to really do a decent show. Dave, you've been very successful at that. I'll be quiet. Listen, it is what it is. I got one good review. Thank you, Donna from Tennessee. And by the way, I still haven't officially read the official review that she gave. I still don't even have permission to use her name. But I mean, Donna from Tennessee. Nobody's going to know who she is. I'm not exposing anybody. Any review I get, if you give me a review, if you're nice enough to email me at dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. My website is dumbingitdownwithdave.com. But if you want to email me, it's so easy. dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo. I don't think I've created a dumb with Dave at Yahoo yet. I probably should. Yeah, I know. The easier the address, the better. I could do the initials, DWIDWD or something like that. Dumbing it down. DIDWD. There you go. Didwid. DIDWD. I could do a shorter email. Yeah, so if you want to email your review, positive or negative, or anything in between or on the outskirts, on the extremes, I don't really care. I'll read it. Just give me your first name. Don't do the anonymous thing. I don't know if I'm going to read the anonymous ones. Just make up a name. I don't know. Maybe I will read the anonymous ones. I hear all these different podcasts with all the rules and regulations as to what they'll read and not read. But I kind of feel like, you know what? You got to put your name on it. That's a Jay Moore Stories thing. Put your name on it. In other words, don't just throw a fireball and run away. A firebomb, whatever, and run away. I mean, whether it's good or bad, just put your name on it. I don't know if your name is Stacy. I don't know if your name is Bob. I don't know what your name is. Just give me a name. All right, enough of that. So, of course, I don't remember where I was at. But you're probably talking about fake book, Dave. You always do. Or you're probably talking about the length of your podcast. Or you're probably talking about how tired you are. Or you had to get the show in under half an hour. You got all these subjects you always talk about. So why would this show be any different? That's a good point. I never thought of that. Air. Yeah. Okay. So could I do... I don't know. You don't care. Why am I even talking about it? But for me, it's entertaining. Every time I say air, I laugh. I just did it now. I didn't even try. Because it's so funny. It's like air. What? What's with the air? Tell me. Somebody tell me what's with the air. What other products are there, by the way? That would be a great show. Would it be? I don't know. It would be fun to try. What are other things? All right. Right now I'm behind a truck. A pickup truck. A Chevy Silverado. Headed west on the thruway. Should I give you his license plate? No. All right. What does it say on the bottom right? LT. What does that mean? Why is it an LT? It's a Silverado LT. You know what? For the duration of this podcast, when I see a vehicle, if they have a good suffix, I'll. By the way, I had no idea I was going to be talking about this. I know that guys like Limited. By the way, this is all guy stuff. Not that women can't listen to this and laugh, because you know your husbands are morons, or your boyfriends, or your pals, or whatever. They're dopes. Women don't care for this. Guys like Ltd. Limited. What was that car years ago? A crappy, what was it, a Ford Granada? Like Grenada, where we invaded for an hour and a half? Granada. What is it? Is that a car? I think that's an actual car. Ford made some doozies. See, I don't have a buddy here. If I had a co-host and we had a studio, I'd have him Googling it right away. But there's some really crappy cars. But as soon as you put LTD, put LT, limited, what? It's limited? How few of these pieces of crap have you made? Only 500? I want one. What? Yugo? A Yugo LTD? A Ltd.xl? What's XL stand for? We don't know. Sounds like extra lovely. Extra lovely? Probably not in a man's car. extra long, XL, extra large for a car? I don't know. I know SS. Oh, God. Guys love the SS. Isn't that a Nazi thing? Isn't the SS like a Nazi thing? I think Nova. I think Nova, the Super Sport is like SS. Wow, it's an SS? Yes, it is. What is it? Oh, yeah, the 280Z. Oh, I got you. What? You're not making the 280 anymore? No, we're making the Z. No way! Holy, honey, come here. I know what we're buying. We're buying the Z, the 280Z. 5 years later, man, I gotta get another car. You know they make a ZX. What? You kidding me? I gotta renew my subscription to Motor Trend. I'm missing out. A ZX. Yeah, they've taken the last 2 letters of the alphabet and they reversed the order. Not the last two out of 3. So you wouldn't call it the XYZ. Nobody will. Like, why? I don't want the XYZ. Nobody wants that. But the ZX. Wow. I gotta have the ZX. Honey, we gotta get with the ZX. Why? I don't know. It sounds like, oh, what's this car over here? Let's see. Gonna do this for an hour and a half? No, it's just a Chevy Cruze. Oh no, there it is, Malibu. It's a Malibu LT. So the LT. So Chevy makes a Silverado LT, and now I just passed a Malibu LT. What is LT? I know it used to be Lawrence Taylor. Then, you know, there was another football player, right? They made fun of him he was like little LT, like what, Ladanium Lamalison? I don't know these names, sports names. Ladanium Donaldson. Well, I had to start with a T, right? Thomason. It doesn't really matter. All the sports guys who don't listen to the show are all going, hey, it's Ladanium whatever. I don't know. Okay, so now we know they make an LT of the Malibu and the Silverado. By the way, I just paid, so the Silverado was white. The Malibu, I think it was gray. I just passed it. No similarities. I don't know what the LT is. I'm looking all over the 2 cars as I pass them at 80 miles an hour, allegedly, and I don't see nothing that resembles LT. I don't know what LT would be to a car. I don't know what a Z does to a car. I don't know what a ZX does to a car. I don't know what LTD is, except it's limited. And if it's limited, it's probably for a good reason. That's what I would tell myself. I would say to the salesman, what is it? Oh, it's an LTD? Why? Why are you limiting it? If it's so good, why don't you make more? If it's good enough to make 500 of these, why don't you make 1,000 of them? Because then it would be on. Oh, what's this? Oh, TDI. Oh, wow, look at that. A Q7. Is this what is this? A Saab? A Quattro? I don't know what those things are. With the 4 circles. Oh, an Audi? I don't know. Yeah, it's an Audi. It's not a Saab. QT. I got to get off this exit here. There's something with a GTI, whatever. The FTI, DTI. I lost it. I had to do it quicker. All right. Well, anyway, I can do this for. See, I could. I really could. I won't do it. I'll try. Maybe I'll do it on the way back from Syracuse. Did I mention I'm filming a commercial? Yes. I can't. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, so I'll just say this. Since nobody's listening, so what's the difference? I'm filming a commercial for Ethan Allen. I don't know. I'm filming a commercial for a very large company that I know exists in New York. I don't know, and they advertise a lot. Oh my God, this is the type of company that they do. You know, they do commercials you get sick of. Like, you shut this off. No, they don't. They make good commercials. Who cares? Anyway, listen, they're paying me. That's all that matters. Paying me a substantial amount of money, plus mileage. How you like that? Plus mileage. Which, by the way, I just realized I should have written down my mileage when I left the house. I'm going to have to pull over and do that right now. Do I have to do that? Let me see. You know what? Hold on 1 second, guys. I got to pause this. Hold on. All right, I'm back. You know, I noticed that, and by the way, I apologize in advance. I had to pull over and I had to write down some mileage because I'm getting reimbursed for my mileage today. I just realized that. Luckily, I do this part of this route 1 million times a year, so I know the mileage. Anyway, I noticed that the other day. First of all, I noticed that the last couple of episodes, you guys have been hearing phone calls coming in, you know, the ringtone, or like when I get a notification from a text or whatever. So I put the phone on silent. I think that's going to help. I don't know. Let's hope for the best. And I also noticed that I think when I came back from either interruption, like I think I paused it on 2 different episodes, that the volume was lower when I came back. But then I was able to get the volume back up when I'm listening to it, not when I'm doing the recording. So I'm just letting you know. I'm taking a little time to give you a technical note. If the volume goes down, my apologies. I don't know why. It must have something to do with the air. The air, 5.0 air. What's that? RT. There goes a Dodge Charger R/T, and the slash in between the R and the T is like really masculine. It's not a dainty backslash. It's like backslash. Dodge Charger R/T. What is R? It's like, what is that? I'm not a car guy. I mean, I am. Listen, I own a '57 Chevy. I do. I've let it rot to hell. I do like cars. I do like hot rods. I mean, I'm a human being. I'm a man. A lot of men like cars. It's such a stupid thing. It's all stupid. Everything you do in the world is stupid. Not just me, Dave Gagnon. You too. Whatever you do, pottery, flowers, art, music, it's all stupid. Everything is stupid. You wake up in the morning and you do nothing but stupid things. Oh, I got to go do this. Really? Why? I don't know. I want to. Because you're stupid. I mean, you're not unintelligent. You're just, I'm going to go play pickleball. Okay. That's dumb. I'm going to go play golf. Okay. I'm going to go paint. I'm going to go do a class that I drink and I paint. Okay. I'm going to go play piano. Okay. I'm going to go play golf. Okay. I'm going to sit around and overeat pizza and watch horrible movies on Netflix. Oh, actually, that's genius. Okay, whatever. It's all stupid. Everything you do is stupid. I'm gonna go visit my friends, my family. Yeah, dumb. Where are you going? Just stay home. Everything you do is dumb. Everything we all do is dumb. So I'm just. How did I get on that rant? I don't know. Oh, the R/T? I don't even know. Dodge Charger. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so I said I'm into cars. Well, everybody's into cars. Everybody, whatever. Don't be into cars. I used to be into trains when I was a kid. The last episode I mentioned my hero growing up, Stanley. It was Donna from Tennessee who critiqued the show with a positive review, albeit unofficial. Her father's name was Stanley, and Stanley passed away 20-some odd years ago, and I feel terrible because, well, I didn't go to the funeral because I was afraid for my job. That was idiotic back then. It shows you how immature and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good decision, but I was afraid for my job because you weren't allowed to. It's one of those things where you're not allowed to take a day off unless it's immediate family. And as far as I was concerned, although I had not seen Stanley at that time for many years. Oh, this is the serious side of Dave Canyon. Look at that. I wanted to go to his funeral. I wanted to see Donna. I wanted to see Donna's brother. I wanted to see Donna's mom. I wanted to pay my respects. Stanley didn't raise me, but he took me out of my doldrums. He would come to my house and rescue me. This is how I saw it. I don't know how he saw it. And one day, I hope to talk to Donna and Donna's mom, who's still alive and lives with Donna. I'm not mentioning anybody's names because I'm not trying to involve. I can make up any name. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a dumb name. Whatever. And I'm kind of curious how it really was. But as far as I know, Stanley would come to my house and rescue me. And this is Donna's father, and take me to go see trains. He did. That's what he did. Is it stupid? Yeah, it's stupid, but we did it, and I loved it. I didn't think it was. As a kid, I was like, I'm going to Disneyland every day. Every day, Stanley came to my door. I thought I was going to Disneyland. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I knew I wasn't going to Disneyland, but I knew I'm going to a fun park, which was the planet Earth. Much simpler time in my life. All right. Do you remember that when you were younger? Was that the way it was for you? Was it like that for all children? I don't know. I didn't really have a large circle of children to choose from, living in Brownsville, being sheltered from all the dangerous brown children in my neighborhood. My parents sheltered me, and then they moved me out just when I was getting old enough to make friends. They said, "We're out of here." What about Louie? What about Daryl? What about Jason? It doesn't matter. We're going to the white neighborhood. You'll be much happier. Really? I'm okay here. Okay, let's go. Off to Canarsie we go. Which, by the way, was not the happiest thing in the world. Canarsie presented a lot of problems. But let's get back to Stanley. Wow, what did this show turn into? Therapy? Yeah, why not? Who cares? So Stanley took me. I don't know where he took me. Trenton, New Jersey, I think he took me. It took me to Pennsylvania, I think. It took me all over. I don't even know. I didn't have a blog then. I wish I had a 5-year-old blog. Actually, you know what? All kidding aside, I don't know what you're doing with your kids. If I could do it all again, I would blog. And you don't have to make it public, by the way, right? You could set it for private, super double trouble private, whatever, unlisted, whatever, and it's like a scrapbook without having to glue. Really, right? When you think about it, that's what blogging is, or vlogging. That's video logging. Yeah, we know that, Dave. I know, but just in case. I don't know if people can actually hear me say the letter V. Vlogging. I used to vlog. Dave's video jog blog. I might go back to that one day, but I used to do a video blog. So, another half-hour podcast? Yeah, 20 minutes, not too bad. All right, so Stanley would take me places. Yeah, so as a parent, if it's not too late, I would recommend blogging your experiences with your child. Because you know what they're going to say when they get older? I don't remember you doing that. You never took care of me. We never did anything fun. You always say no. A lot of negativity coming from the youths. So, if you have a digital copy of your life, I think it'd be hard to, not disparage. It would hard to, it would be hard to ignore. Look, I have this picture of you and me at Sterling Forest in Tuxedo, New York. Wow, that looks like a lot of fun. No, it was horrible. You hated it. And then you threw up. And then we went home and you fell asleep in the car. Then you woke up and you watched Speed Racer and everything was okay. And then Sunday morning you watched Davey and Goliath. And life was good. You had some Cheerios and milk, and you don't even remember throwing up. You didn't remember Sterling Forest, and then Stanley came to pick you up and took you to the trains. Oh my God. I loved going to see those trains. Trolleys and trains. Trams, trolleys, and trains. We didn't do a lot of trams. Although I'm sure, had Stanley been alive, I'm sure Donald will agree with this. Why would you disagree? What am I saying? I'm not saying anything horrible. Had Stanley been alive and hadn't been old enough, we probably would have taken the Roosevelt Island tram. Okay, so nobody's listening to the show, but if there were, there'd be 5 people know what I'm talking about. Okay, in New York City, there's an island. Is it part of New York City? Yeah, right? It's Queens, I think. Roosevelt Island. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Roosevelt Island. In the East River. It's not in the Hudson River. That's on the west side. It's in the East River. And people live on Roosevelt Island. It used to be not habitated. Habitated? I don't know. Habituated? No, that's even worse. Okay, habit trails. A lot of grown hamsters habit trailing on Roosevelt Island. It's kind of like a habit trail for humans, yeah. So anyway, there's a tram. Okay, whatever. Who cares? There's a tram. We would have taken the tram, and Stanley's no longer alive, and we're not doing it. We would have done it. It would have been something so simple, but we'd have done it. Or maybe we wouldn't have done it because Stanley liked to drive. He liked to go places. I don't remember anything being close. There's a fort. Why am I doing this? How did my life become a AAA trip book? I'm a trip ticket now. I'm a AAA blog, whatever. Yeah, we went to the fort. You look on your maps, Fort McHenry. I don't know. Fort McDougal. It's probably Mick something. Why are they all Mick? Are they all Mick? Are they? No, Fort Drum. Okay. There's a Fort Drum is somewhere else in New York, I think, or something like that. But we went to the fort that's at the bottom of Staten Island. Look on your Google Maps. When you cross the Verrazano Bridge, there's a fort there. All right, that's it. We went to the fort. And then there was a hill with sand, and we wanted to go cardboard sledding on the sand. That didn't really work out too good. I don't know whose idea. I don't remember any of it. I was so young. But Donna might remember, or Donna's brother might remember, because he's older. I fried those parts of my brain, my memory cells or whatever. But yeah, we went sledding. We tried to go cardboard sledding unsuccessfully down this hill with mud or sand, whatever it was. But what does that have to do with the fort, Dave? Nothing. I don't know how we got there. It was by the Staten Island coastline, the beautiful and underrated and underutilized. I'm joking. I have no idea. I've never been. The Staten Island coastline. I don't know who goes to those beaches on Staten Island. I guess people in Staten Island. I don't know. What difference would it be if you went to Coney Island or Staten Island? You know, the water is it's the other side of the water. I don't know how clean it is in Staten Island. Is it any cleaner or dirtier? I have no idea. I've never been. Anyway, wow. Memory lane. So, yeah, so Stanley took me places, and I'm going on and on about a guy in my life. And you might be bored. Donna is probably crying right now. I'm doing this show specifically for one person now. Why not? I'm going to build on that. Donna will bring other relatives into the mix, and we'll just expand. That's what people do. You know, they find one thing and they capitalize on the one thing. But I'm not trying to do that. This is how I do my show. I hit the record button and I go. Did I mention my friends at Comedy Pipe? I should. Comedy Pipe. Pipe Dreams. Wednesday, 8 o'clock. 3D. He's the host. Jefferson and Joe Green. They're the co-hosts. 2 co-hosts? Yeah. You think that makes it twice as good? I have no idea. You have to decide for yourself. 1 guy hosts, 2 guys co-host. So there's 3? Yeah. Is that good? You're good. Listen, I'm going to tell you it's good, but you have to decide for yourself. The only way you'll know is if you listen. You don't think that's 1 host too many? Everybody has an opinion. Some people say you can never have enough co-hosts. Some people say, I only have 1, me. Will you ever have a co-host? Well, somebody would have to go to work with me. Or somebody would have to come home with me. And then what? Because once I'm home, I'm not going anywhere. Does anybody live near where you live? No. But there's a lot of people that work where you work. Well, yeah, of course, it's a company. It's a large company. Oh. So the answer is probably no. Yeah, it's probably no. I'll probably never have a co-host. I went down that road about 5 or 6, too many times, and I always come up empty. You do? Yeah. Are we done with the plug? I don't know. It can go on and on. The whole show is a big plug for Comedy Pipe and Pipe Dreams. Comedy Pipe Network. www. Really? www. You don't think people know that already? Or you think everybody's thinking HTTP / semicolon? By the way, are you going to just say backslash, or are you going to go all the way through it? You're going to l'chaim through it. Yeah, HTTP, semicolon, / or whatever it is, www or, Comedy Pipe Network, comedypipe.com. In all honesty, I really should put this down on a piece of paper, because the more I do it, the less I really pay attention to what I'm saying, which I'm not paying attention. I am paying attention, but you know how I do it. And I think I'm getting further away from... I think I'm really supposed to be doing a spot for Campbell's Soup at this point. I don't think I'm really supposed to be talking about Comedy Pipe. Campbell's Soup? Oh, you're going to get sued. Yeah, so comedypipe.com. And the show is Pipe Dreams. Or Pipe Dream. No, it's got to be Pipe Dreams. Pipe Dream doesn't even sound right. You don't know this? You're on the 21st episode. And you've done the show. Yeah, but most people don't pay attention to the shows they listen to. Most people don't pay attention to the shows they listen to or the shows they're even on. I was on episode 177. I'm pretty sure it's Pipe Dreams. That makes sense to me. Comedy Pipe. All right, tune in. Wow, covered a lot of bases today. Did we? Talked about my hero, Stanley. He wouldn't have been a hero if my father... Oh, boy. Oh, come on, Dave. Really? More therapy? Well, I'm just saying, if my father had spent more time with me, I wouldn't have had a need for Stanley. I wouldn't have had the need. That's all I'm saying. I would have been a young boy going, you want to do the train thing? Okay, well, my dad's here, and he wants to take me here, so you're gonna have to up the ante. No, I'm sure I would have wanted to, what kid doesn't want to, blogging, did I talk about that? Yeah, I mean, what kid wouldn't want to do things with their dad? My dad was too busy not doing things with me. Too busy working. Too busy coming up with other things to do other than. You know that box you check off, other than? Yeah, he was into that. You know, he didn't sit around and watch TV. That wasn't his problem. The problem was he needed to work. He felt like he needed to work, which is admirable. You know, I guess, right? American spirit, American grit, gumption, know-how, get it done, get it done. He knew he had to go to work. And you know, he didn't think he needed to raise his child. Well, you know, other than giving his wife the money and the ability to go shopping at Bohacks. Bohacks? What is that? Bohacks. Bohacks on Linden Boulevard. I don't know how many stores they had. I don't know why they called it Bohacks. How many stores do they have? I think one. Bohack. Linden Boulevard. And then it turned into Wallbaum's. Oh, we all know Wallbaum's. Do you? No, not really. Just a few Jews. A few Jews in Brooklyn. Long Island, maybe. I think Wallbaum's turned into Grand Union, or turned into, I think A&P bought them. I don't. Really, Dave? Supermarket history? Supermarket trivia for zero? I'll take supermarket trivia for zero, Alex. You read one question, I'm off the show. I'm not doing any supermarket trivia. Yeah, I think the A&P owned them or something like that. It doesn't really matter. Then they turned into Edwards. Really? You know this? Yeah, I kind of pay attention, I guess. I don't know. It comes up. It comes up. Shopping, supermarkets comes up, Dave. I can't explain it to you. I follow. I don't follow. I don't know. What am I apologizing to you for? You don't even exist. You're not even a real person. I think now Edwards turned into something else. Not Whole Foods. I don't know. My parents told me. I think Koreans. It turned into Koreans. It just says Koreans on the store. Where are you going? I'm going to the Koreans. I think that's what my parents actually say. If they could speak. But they can't because they're deaf. Really? Have you mentioned that before? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I think I have. But I think, yeah, they're going to... Oh, yeah, Koreans. Very clean. Very clean. All deaf kids are... children of deaf adults that are listening to this are laughing. Because that's how deaf people talk, I think. All of them? Sounds somewhat illiterate. I don't know. Not all of them, but at least that's the way my parents talk. Yeah, Koreans. Very clean. Very clean. How are the prices? Same. Too high. Whatever. You get the... I wish my parents would listen to this show. They give a good review. They'd be like, not funny. Too long. Filthy talk, curse words. Anyway, what do they have? Not autism. Yeah, is that not Asperger's? What is that when they shout out things? I don't even remember. So anyway, supermarket history. Wow, I never would have figured it. Episode 21. It would take 21 episodes for me to get into my knowledge of supermarket trivia. Yeah, there was key food too. I don't know what it is. Speedway. Yeah, I remember when Bohacks, I think, for temporarily was Speedway. Now it's a chain of gas stations. I mean, really, they took over all the Hesses. Really, you know gas stations too? Yeah, I do. I follow them. I like to know the evolution. I do. You must admit, you must be somewhat curious. Like, why all of a sudden there's a mobile station and then it's gone? The mobile station has been in your neighborhood for 5 years, and all of a sudden it's gone. They take it down, and then now it's a Sunoco, or now it's a Shell. Probably not a Shell. No, why not, Dave? Because they don't do a lot of Northeast stuff. You know that? I can't explain it. I don't know what I know. I could be wrong. This could all be totally farcical. Farcical? I don't think that you're being farcical. I think you're being far-reaching. I don't know. Citgo, Sunoco, Northville. Remember Northville? Howard Stern used to do Northville detergent-rich gas. Detergent? Yeah. Remember they used to try to tell you? Mobile fuel would clean your engine. Yeah, sparkling clean like Cascade. Well, that's really it. They really tried to make mobile fuel the Cascade of fuel. You go, oh yeah, I got to put Mobile 1 or whatever it is, Mobile 93 octane, whatever it was in my tank, because I want my engine to be clean. Like Cascade gets rid of spots on dishes. Or Calgon. No, Calgon was detergent for clothing. We need more Calgon. There we go. Wow, this show is so useless today. I'm just, other than this really sweet part about Stanley, the show is just totally devolved. Devolved? Not a word? Oh, wait, what am I behind? I'm behind a Tacoma. Oh, it just says V6? That's not special. Toyota Tacoma, what is that? VG? No, it's got to be V6, right? Okay. Oh, okay. TRD Sport. Toyota Road Development, I went by it too fast. It's a TRD Sport. Yeah, sport. Guys like it when you call it a sport. Do they really? I know, sport sounds a little not sporty, right? The more you say it's a sport, it's not a sport. All right, whatever. Ridiculous. As long as this episode. 36 minutes of constant trivia and crap, other than the very sweet Stanley stuff. Yeah, I do miss him. I do miss having an adult. I would like to have had an adult relationship with Stanley today. I would like to have an adult relationship with my grandfather, William, commonly known as Bill. I called him Grandpa. He called me a pain. He called me, you know what he called me? Frida. Frida? Why would he call you Frida? Because every time I go visit my grandparents, I say, "Hey, Grandpa." He go, "Frida." Yeah, that's his wife's name, my grandmother. Do I have to explain the joke? But it's true. If I was not that bright, which I wasn't, I probably would have thought at some point, "Hey, is he calling me Frida?" Because every time I walk in the house, he's yelling Frida. "Hi, Grandpa." "Frida, your grandson is here. Take him away. I'm listening to the Knick game on my transistor radio with my white earplug in my right ear." Just sit there. You just sit there in a chair. And by the way, like in those old TV shows, he'd be still dressed up like he came home from work. He'd have his nice business pants on, his nice shirt. Would he be wearing a tie? I don't know if he'd still be wearing his tie. If he did, he'd loosen it, or he took it off. I think he smoked. I don't really remember. I can't even ask my grandmother anymore because she's not alive. But it would have been nice to have had adult relations with these people in my life, and now they're gone. So now all I can do is live through them. Well, what am I going to say here? The memory I have of them is my childhood memories. They're not adult memories. So I don't know how actual or factual they are. I do know that Stanley took me to a lot of places. You know what? In all honesty, he might have taken me to 5 places. I don't really know how often he took me anywhere. It could have been twice a year, and I would have made that live forever. I think that's how depressed I was, even as a child. I was just like, where did he take me? He took me to Lebanon, Pennsylvania? That's it. Lebanon is the greatest place for 6 months until he takes me to Trenton, New Jersey. And then that's the greatest thing until he takes me to, wherever. Jersey City. I don't know. I don't know where he took me. I don't think we ever went to Long Island. I think we always went west. I think all the fun was out west. All the good trains and trolleys. I think he took us to a bus depot once on a Sunday. It was empty. And I have this faint recollection, and I wish I could talk to Donna about this, or her brother, who, like I said before, is older. I think we once walked, we were in a bus depot, and there was a dumpster. No different from the dumpsters today, those big green dumpsters. And I think it was filled with transfer books. Totally not being recycled. And there was no recycling back then. 40 years ago? 45 years ago, I was 7. Maybe, no, well, in a couple months, we had 8. Well, yeah, 8 sounds about right, whatever. 8, 9, 10 years old. I remember a dumpster. Is this a good way to get listeners? Talk about the dumpsters. I remember it being filled with bus transfers. I can't imagine Donna remembers that, or her brother, or my sister for that matter. Dumpster filled with transfer. Does anybody know what that is? Do you know what a bus transfer is? Did they have that in the rest of the world? I know in New York, you get on a bus. I'll tell you a funny story about my mom on the bus, if I can remember. I mean, I remember the story, but I'm going to rabbit trail it for now. You get on the bus, Let's say the B6. I'm just making up B for Brooklyn. 6. I don't know where they get the number from. It doesn't really matter. There's a B36, B24. It doesn't matter. So you get on the B bus, B6, and you go, hey, I want to go to Coney Island, from Church, whatever. How do I get there? Oh, well, you're going to get off at Church Avenue, and you're going to transfer to the B88 here. And then sometimes they'd give you this, they tell you to rip that. They'd have like $5 hanging from the token box. That had a different name. What was that name? The thing that you put tokens in. Well, before there was tokens, there was cash. Or did it take both? I don't remember now. It was an electronic token box. Or electronic cash box. And I think it made a noise like a chicka, 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 like that. Like every time. It did. I think they were electronic. Wow. See? Digital technology, if we had that back then, we'd have the sound. We'd have the whole thing of somebody getting up. I bet you somewhere the MTA. You know what? There is an MTA museum. I have been meaning to go there. I'm glad that I brought that up. I got to remind myself. Maybe this summer, my wife and I, in another one of our romantic adventures, maybe we'll go to the MTA museum. Hey, honey, want to go to the MTA museum? Oh, I love to. That sounds wonderful. Oh, is there trains? Yes. And buses? Yes. Do they have transfer books and films of people getting transfers? Yes. Oh, you're my hero. Oh, you're going to get sex every day, every hour. Every hour I'm going to touch you inappropriately and you're going to have orgasms all day long. Yay! All because of the bus museum? I love bus museums and transits. I love trains. And I love people getting to one place to another. And you're gonna enhance it by telling me your childhood memories of taking a bus and trains and Stanley. And tell me the story about your mother. Oh, you know about that? No, I act like I forget, but right now, well, you never told me, but you tell me every chance you get. Go ahead, tell the fans about your mother. Okay, well, if you insist. Oh, I can't wait to hear the story. Listen, folks, it's going to be great. You're going to love this story. Okay, all right, calm down. I don't know, does everybody's mother do this? My mother did this to me. By the way, I do hate when people laugh before they tell the story. I'm like, what is so funny? We don't know what's so funny. But I can't help myself because the memory is so vivid and it just makes me laugh because the story is so ridiculous. But my mother, okay, the MTA and many places like the MTA had prices. There was an adult admission. You can't argue with adult admission. Back in the day, they didn't have handicap, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. It doesn't matter to the story. But, adults have their price. Movie theaters, right? Adult price. And then you have, like, a student or a child price, I don't know if there was senior citizen or handicap price. Now, deaf people, all handicap, ride for half price. And senior citizens, everybody gets a discount. Well, I think kids rode for free up until a certain age. And my mother, I don't remember a time this didn't happen. Well, and that would be because I was so young, it didn't matter. But then I got to a certain age, and it had to be whatever age it was, that it was no longer free for me to ride the bus. By the way, the New York City bus, when I was young, was 35 cents. We're talking now; it's like $2.50. For a ride on mass transit in New York City, and you take a one stop, it doesn't matter. They don't charge you by the distance; they charge you by the fact that you step foot on this bus or train. And it doesn't matter whether it's bus or train; it's the same price. I'm saying that for all the non-New Yorkers out there, because I don't know how it is in the rest of the world. I think the rest of the world charges you by distance, which makes sense. Doesn't that make sense? No, not in New York. In New York, it's like, are you on the train? Yes, $2.25. But I'm only going once. It doesn't matter. But I don't go it doesn't matter. Don't you think it's a little bit? It doesn't matter. Okay. $2.25. So my mom, I guess at whatever age it was that I got to the point where I guess I wasn't the free guy. I was now the 35 cent guy. She would always look at me like she'd tug at my arm. It was like, okay, imagine I'm standing there on a street corner, and I say corner. I don't know where the bus stops were, and I'm holding hands with my mom, because I'm still a little boy, and it's 1969, because I'd be 6, or it's 1971, and I'd be 8. So yes, I guess she's still holding my hand. I don't know. I know whatever that age is. You say, Ma, I can do this by myself. And you fight your mother. I don't hold my hand. I don't want the whole neighborhood to see you holding my hand, crossing Linden Boulevard on the way into Bohax. I got comic books in one hand. I can walk with the other hand. Come on, leave me alone. Oh, one day I'll tell you about the story about how I got caught stealing comic books. Next show. It's not a great show. I got caught. Who cares? So anyways, so my mother we'd just be standing there. Life is good. I'm looking around. I'm doing the thing I do as a young boy. I'm looking at people. I'm examining people. Mostly old Jews, walking around First Avenue and 14th Street in Manhattan, where my mother's mother father had Weber's Fruits and Vegetables. Anyway, and the buses are different colors. Really, Dave? We're going to do this? Okay. That's my podcast. There was brown buses. There was a brown bus line. There was red buses, green. There was all different colors, and there were different companies. It wasn't just one MTA, Mass Transit Authority. Wow. Okay, listen. Go to the museum. Why am I boring you with this nonsense? Different colored buses. As a kid, I liked it. I liked transit. All right, I did. I liked transit. I'm out. I came out. This is the episode where I come out. I admit to the world, I like transit. I do. And I like people going from one. I find it phenomenal, all right, that 40 people, 50 people can get on a bus and go somewhere. It's amazing to me. I was filled with wonder as a young child. How is this possible? Whose idea was it to create this huge fishbowl? They did call it. Eventually, New York City got a bus. They called it the fishbowl. It had a lot of glass, and you could see everything from outside. And if you were on the outside, you had the urge to tap on the window. Tap, tap, tap. Hey, tap, tap, tap. Pay attention. Okay, anyway, I have a way of making one moment a 5-minute story. Is that a good thing? I don't know. It might not be. Based on my listenership, not very good skill. Not very useful. So I'm standing there. I guess to a certain extent, I'm a little depressed because, I have a whatever life. But I was happy at that moment. I just ate, or I was going to eat something New York City-ish, delicious, like a knish, or a city hot dog. Like some of you might call it a dirty dog or a water dog. I don't know. Sabret, Hebrew National. It didn't matter. I wasn't a big eater, but whatever I ate, oh man, I didn't eat what I didn't like. How about that? I did not eat what I didn't like. What I did eat, I liked. And I like knishes with a little mustard and Dr. Brown's cream soda. Yeah, I like the little pastrami, hot pastrami on rye bread. I like bread and gravy. That's what I used to order. Now we're in Brothers Restaurant on Linden Boulevard. It turned into a Wetson's. Before there was a billion McDonald's in New York, there was Wetson's. Does this have anything to do with your mother? I'm getting to it. Leave me alone. Wetson's. Brothers Restaurant. I used to be done with preschool, kindergarten, whatever it was my mother took me to, at the bottom of a building in the Butcher's Co-ops where I live. Why do they call it Butcher's Co-ops? I don't know. You got to ask somebody who's a historian of apartment buildings in New York City, 1381 Linden Boulevard. I think we used to live in 1371. Then we made the big move from one building to the next building. Oh, it's a stupid 2-second story. And then after the kindergarten, my mother would say, "You hungry?" Well, what am I going to say? They'd take me to Brothers Diner. It was a diner. Brothers Restaurant on the corner of Linden Boulevard and Rockaway Parkway. I doubt you're going to find any black and white pictures of it. I'd be amazed if anybody had a picture. You know who would? I think I saw a website. I think that city tax, real estate tax, restaurant tax people, because I guess they have to take a picture of every building as they change owners or renters or whatever, because you have to monitor the progress, like the signage or the frontage or what. Like, I think I just saw that on a Facebook page. There's some Brooklyn page of business bars. Yeah, whatever. I think I read that. Well, somebody said, "Where do you get all these pictures from of all these bars? Who stands there and just said, oh, I'm going to take a picture of this bar?" Apparently, the city does. New York City has a picture of every bar and restaurant and every building, every number, every. There's pictures of everything in New York. You can't escape it because it's all for taxes. If it's for taxes, you know they're taking good pictures. If they're going to collect money on this, they're taking a good picture. And I don't know, there must have been a city photographer, right? I guess somebody had that job. Listen, somebody just bought this restaurant. Go take a picture of it. Okay. What do you want to do for lunch? I think I'm going to eat at that restaurant. Anyway, bread and gravy. I loved bread and gravy. And I would have a Dr. Brown's cream soda because I couldn't drink Coca-Cola because the bubbles would hurt me. I was such a wuss. I couldn't do Coca-Cola. I'd open that can. I wouldn't know enough to keep my face. You're a little boy. You got little hands. You got little arms like an alligator. Imagine that. And then your mom said, "You want a Coke? Yeah. You want a Shasta?" Shasta? Remember Dean Jones from Herbie the Love Bug? He did Shasta commercials. Do you remember that? Does anybody remember Shasta? Okay. Oh, Shasta. RC Cola, Royal Crown. Remember that? RC Cola? RC Cola, so misunderstood. Go on YouTube. I'm sure they have RC Cola commercials. What's the point of all this? Okay, so I'm standing on the corner with my mother an hour later. I'm still there. I'm still waiting for the bus. That's how I waited for the bus as long as these stories are. This whole story is to commemorate the amount of time we would stand there to wait for the bus. You never knew when the bus was coming. They would just show up. I don't think they had schedules posted like they do now. Now they have boxes, these plastic boxes or whatever. But now they probably changed that even. It's probably all digital. Probably have to have an app now. When you stand there, they would tell you the schedule. You know, the B6 or the M6, whatever it is. They would tell you, you know, what time it would leave the first stop and what time. It doesn't matter. So, just be standing there, holding my mommy's hand. My mommy. That's my mommy. Sonia. Everything's good. Where are we going? I don't know. I don't care. I want to go anywhere. My mother could take me on a bus to the Port Authority to, you know, to Philadelphia. I was like, okay. Maryland? Okay. DC? Okay. Hey, guess what? We're running away from Daddy. Okay. Does he know? No, you don't tell people you're running away from them. Oh. Okay. So he's not coming? No, I don't think so. Okay. Where are we going? Kansas? Yeah. How long does that take? 3 days. Do you know how long that is? No. Okay. Do you understand the concept of 3 days? Not really. Do I get to have the window seat? Yes, but then it doesn't matter. Do I get the window seat? Yes. Well, then everything's good. You going to buy me a comic book and a pack of Topps baseball cards? Yes. Okay. I'll give you the gum. I know. I didn't chew gum. I still don't. So every time my mom bought me a pack of baseball cards, which was every time we got off the bus on Church Avenue and Flatbush Avenue and took the train to Brighton Beach, I would give her the gum. I never chewed a stick of gum in my life to this very day, 52 years later. I think I tried it once. I was like, bleh, spit that out. Like, what is this in my mouth? So, you know, it was just a weird texture. It's just all about texture. So, here comes the bus. Right, we're gonna get there. We're gonna close this podcast with this idiotic story. So here comes the bus. I'm delirious with joy. I'm going somewhere. I don't care where. Whatever happened, was I crying 10 minutes ago? Was I upset? It doesn't matter. I'm getting on a bus. I'm getting on a train. I'm going somewhere. I'd like to be moving. 52 years later, I still enjoy moving. I do. I'm on my way to Syracuse right now to film a commercial. I'm passing exit 29A, Little Falls, Dolgleville, Dolgeville. Look it up. Dolgleville. That's where I'm going. No, I'm going to Syracuse, exit 34A. I got 5 exits to go. I'm supposed to be there at 11:30. It's 9:45. I think I'm doing good on time. So everything's going great. Here comes the bus. I get a little jittery. Jittery? Yeah, I get like, ooh, here comes the bus. I'm going to take 3 big steps, and the bus driver's going to say, he's going to be like, hey, little boy. Like, I'm going to be the star of this bus. I'm going to be the prince of the bus, because everywhere I went, I was the little prince. You know, when you're a little boy, everybody likes the little boy, or the little girl with the bow tie? No, with the bow in her hair. Whatever it is that you girls do. You know, you're the princess, you know? Cute little dress. And my mother would dress me in my little Lord Fauntleroy. Is that what that is? How did she dress me? Yeah, little Lord Fauntleroy. I don't know what it's called. Somebody help me out. Anyway, where am I? I just had a situation at one of the toll booths here. So, so I was the prince. I was the little prince. And, okay, we got to end this story. This podcast is 56 minutes. Dave, you could talk about nothing forever. This is a useless skill. Okay, so here comes the bus. And by the way, buses back then didn't have that air release. You know, they do that now for the handicap. You had to take a big step to get on that bus. It was a big first step. Unless the front right tire was low, which I guess could happen. Okay, anyway, so I get on the bus. Before I get on the bus, here comes the bus. The door opens. There was, hydraulic or pneumatic air, whatever it was. Maybe it was electronic. I don't know. There was this sound. The doors opened. Oh, the world of excitement. And right before the bus would get there, right before everything would happen, my mother would tug at my arm. Just like, what? What happened? Like, did I step out into the street? Did I almost get hit by a car? Did you just save me from peril? What happened, Mommy? Why'd you pull the prince's arm? Why'd you pull my arm? Why'd you alert me? What are you alerting me to? She'd look at me and she would sign because she was deaf, so she would use sign language. And I think she signed it with one hand. She might not have. She might have let go of the hand. She got my attention, so she might have let go of my hand. And she says to me, whatever he says, tell him you're 7 years old, or whatever it was. Tell him you're 6. Don't say nothing. If he doesn't say anything, it was like a whole bunch of instructions real quickly. But basically the gist was, if the bus driver insists that I'm old enough to pay, old enough to whatever to pay the next fare, say no. Say no, you're 6. I think that's what she said. Tell me you're 6. You're 6. Okay, if he asks you, you're 6. And you know what? I don't know how often that happened. It could have happened 10 times. It could have happened 100 times. Never, ever did a bus driver ask me my age. It just never happened. I don't think any of them cared. I think I could have rode free until I was 14. As long as my mommy is there, she's holding my hand, and she's deaf, because she'll pull the deaf card. She'll pull that deaf card. So, so that is that 30-second story I just made into a half an hour. That's what my mother used to do to me, and I still enjoy transit. It's still somehow, but I don't try to get into places for free or cheap. Well, yeah, I do, I guess, a little bit, but I don't think I'll pull that shenanigans. I don't think I'll do that at all. That's wrong. So I don't know. Did that have an effect on me as I got older? Yeah, I think it had a little bit of an effect on me. I think I'm a little bit, not jaded. I'm a little affected. So anyway, all right. 1 second. All right, folks. I just had a little. I had to pause the button. I'm not a fan of doing that. I should have let you listen on the conversation, but I had a little conversation with the toll booth collector. Anyway, I'm having a good time out here in New York State. All right, listen, folks. I hope you enjoy this podcast. I enjoy talking. You did? You enjoy talking? Yes, I enjoy talking. I enjoyed sharing memories with you, good or bad. I do both. I wing it. I wung it. I hit the record button. And I just go. I let it rip. And today, what have we learned? Did we dumb it down pretty good? I think so. I told you about my hero growing up, Stanley, Donna's dad, who I miss, and I love dearly. As much as I could love a man, I loved him because he brought me happiness. He brought me to happiness. And I think I brought him joy too. I don't really know the answer to that. And Donna, if you're listening, it's been a goal of mine for the last couple of years. I told my wife, and I know you used to live in Florida, that we would come visit you, and I was going to hire an interpreter, because I don't know how good you are. You're really going to leave a private message? Yeah, I'm going to leave a private message. That I wanted you to talk to your mom for me, because I think she would have the best insight Even at her age, the memory of your father and me, which was very special to me, And I was thinking about hiring an interpreter because I don't know how good you are with sign language, but I want to get my message across, my questions across, because I'm not that good at sign language, and I want to understand your mother as best as possible. But my relationship with this man was very special because I think he believed in me. I don't really know. I don't know what was going on. Some guy came to my house and he took me away. I liked it. Sometimes you go, no, I didn't do that. Somebody takes you away. Has anybody ever tried to take you away? You know that feeling when people try to take you away and you fight it? Whoa! I didn't do that. I was like, where are we going? Oh, okay. And that was my answer. Where are we going? Jersey? Oh, look, George Washington Bridge. Okay. Never get tired of that. Oh, look, the tunnel. I love the tunnel. Which tunnel? All of them. Lincoln Tunnel. Holland Tunnel. The Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. I think that one's especially long. I don't care. The tunnel that goes, again with the Fort McHenry. The Baltimore tunnel. There's a tunnel somewhere in Baltimore. There's a tunnel somewhere in Pennsylvania that goes through a mountain. You ever been through a tunnel that goes through a mountain? Not even underwater? It's fascinating. I love movies about tunnels. I love the fact that people, the sand diggers, what do they call it? Clam diggers? Clam diggers. Whatever. I like all that. If Stanley come to the door, I'd be out of my mind. I think I'm a monkey. I'm like, whoa! Start swinging from the chandeliers. I'm going away. I did. I was very ecstatic. I think I'm more ecstatic now than I was then, actually. If Stanley came to my door now, other than the obvious joke that he's been passed away, and I'd be nuts if he came to my door, but yeah, it would be great to have that adult relationship where we can talk and discuss things in depth about transit. I can't explain it to you. It's just a stupid thing I picked. Everybody picks a stupid thing. You crochet. We do? Who crochets? I don't know. You plant trees. You're into Arbor Day. You're into, fireworks now with the 4th of July coming. You're into tattoos. You're into piercing. You're into dopey music. Whatever. I picked transit. Dumb. It wasn't my only thing. I like Matchbox cars. I like Hot Wheels. I like stickers. I collected stickers from sports teams. I did a whole bunch of crap. That's what you do with a little boy or a little child. I don't know what girls did. My sister wouldn't talk to me. Like now. She had her room, the princess room, and I had my room. the slob shack. The messy room. Oh, what a mess that was. All right. Anyway, all right, listen. It's enough. Don't you think it's enough? It's enough of Dave. 1 hour of Dave. Who wants that? I don't even want it. I'm giving it to you. This is what I'm doing. Psychologically, I'm giving my memories to you. I want you to have them. I'm leaving this planet. You are? Yeah, I don't know. Not now. Not today. First I want to do this commercial, and then I want to get my money. After I collect my money, then I'm out. No, I got a ways to go. I got a big check coming from Prudential Insurance Company in 20 years. I'll tell you about that another day if I haven't told you about it already. I think I told you about it already. My big check in 20 years I'm getting from Prudential. I'm going to stick around. I want that check. Nothing will keep me alive more than $39,000. What? Well, if you missed it, tune in the next episode. Maybe I'll remember to talk about it. Or go back probably about 2 or 3 episodes. Maybe. Orlando episode? Probably not. Episode 18, F. McFake book? Maybe that one. Maybe 17. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm going to get a $39,000 check in 20 years. Anybody wants to, rob me for $39,000, stick around. 20 years from now, I'm going to get a check from Prudential. If I live. If I don't live, go see my wife. She's going to get a $100,000 check. So, should you be telling people this? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just having fun, folks. Are you having fun? Have a great day. Really. Thank you. Thank you for dumbing it down with me today. I think we dumbed it down pretty good. I don't know how much dumber than this you can get. I mean, if you can find a dumber podcast than this, please let me know. Email me. You always get back to that, don't you, Dave? Yeah. Oh, look. The Transit 150XLT. I just passed, before I sign off, I just passed one of those new vans that they make. The Transit, 150. So now they've given it a number. That's another thing I forgot to mention. They give it a number. Dave, this is not a 2-day podcast. It's supposed to be a half hour. You're into the third half hour now. You're into 70 minutes now. All right, Transit 150 XLT. I mean, it's not just LT, it's XLT. LT was those other two vehicles. I'm not even kidding you. And I know they got the 150, 250, 350, Max, Super Max, Duty, Heavy Duty, Super Heavy Duty. What's this one over here? Camry XL. Oh, I went too fast. There you go. Camry XL something. What's the X? What are you people paying for? Those Japanese, the Chinese, who makes Camrys? Where's Toyota? Japan with the nuclear power plant and the world devastation with the nuclear waste, with the earthquake and the tsunami. Where is that? Is that Japan? Sasebo, Okinawa? That's where I've been. X. They got you covered. The Japanese got you covered. They know you put an X on it. You're like, you're out of your mind. What? I wasn't going to get the Camry, but it's an XLT? Oh, my God. What does it stand for? Don't worry. Just drive it. You're going to, oh, my God, this is the greatest car ever. Honey, we're buying the XLT. Okay. How much it cost? We're going to finance it for 20 years. Okay. Do I still get to go to the Transit Museum? Absolutely. I would never not take you to the Transit Museum, my sweetie. My crazy sweetie. Love you so much. Are you going to take me in the Camry XLT 150? Yes. Then when we come home from the Transit Museum, will you take me in your SS Limited? Yes. I will take you in all my suffixed cars. Whatever car with a suffix, I'm going to take you, baby, because I love you. You're the greatest. All right, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to put me in a commercial today. Knuckleheads paying me to be in a commercial. They're morons. All right. What did you pay me to do this for? I do it for nothing. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell my agent. I do this for nothing. I put it on my reel. One day I'll do a Breakstone cottage cheese commercial. Time to make the cottage cheese. I'll make $1 billion. Just collect royalty the rest of my life. All right. Good day. Good night. Thank you for dumbing it down. Don't forget to email me at dumbingitdown@yahoo.com. It's very important. Try to follow. If you listen to me on the Spreaker app, try to email me at dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. Twitter is dumbwithdave. I have 2 followers on my Twitter account. Woo! 2? That's great. So I got a review. I got a follower, all mercy. I got a liker. I got an email. I got one of everything. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be number 2? Who's going to be in my special elite small group of people who give a crap about this dumb podcast? All right, I dumbed it down really good today. All right, it doesn't get much dumber. Good day. You know I'm thinking of other things to say. Dumbing It Down with Dave is the website, by the way. You can listen to, I know the first 18 episodes on my website. All right. I haven't uploaded 19 and 20. 19 and 20 or 20, whatever. I gotta figure out how to do that. I'm taking a class. All right. Good day. Good night. Goodbye. Good luck. And of course, great skills. Much better skills than me. Thank you, folks. I really appreciate you listening. I hope you had a good time. I did. 59 miles to Syracuse. You know what? I got time for another podcast. Goodbye.